What's up, world?
What's up, world?
Came to you today
To talk about health, to talk about really our own journey. Not to tell you anything other than to share our own story. That's all we can ever do is to share our experiences, and who it resonate with, it resonate with. If it help you along the way, it helps you along the way,
Yes. So number one, getting back to earth.
Back to the basics.
We want to eat from earth, We want to eat naturally, We know it feels good. We know it doesn't. Mm-hmm. All food holds a frequency. And when you eat it, you feel that frequency. It makes you feel things. And it can make you heavy. It can make you light. It's your choice. And it feels good.
Mm-hmm. It can cause all types of imbalances, like especially where I come from in the West, in Chicago, in America. Like a lot of the food is processed, that we're eating, whether you're vegan or you're not. All the food has like chemicals in it, and that's very detrimental to our being. Like, let's just get back to nature before we even go into our specific like diets and all of that. Like, let's just talk about chemicals. I think we could all agree that chemicals are unnatural. And if we literally, like, if someone tried to feed you some chemical, or like if you saw someone take your water and pour a couple teaspoons of some chemical, you would be like, what the hell is that? What's going on? I don't want to consume that, because you would have complete clarity on like what's happening. But if I disguise this, much as we do children, we want them to take medicine, we put it inside something sweet or something that they like, some bread, so you can, get it down. If that's what we're going to do with our livelihood and our food, then, like, we're going to get sick, and we're going to act like we don't know what's happening, but we do. We know why children are sick now in the womb, why parents are aging and like not feeling good with life, why we can't be fulfilled, And it's not only what we're putting in our mouth. Like, we consume things in all forms, media, the people we're around, the environments we live in, like all that plays a big role in our health.
Yes, in our diet.
But specifically talking about food, like, let's get back to the basics.
Back to the basics. And what does that mean? It's just knowing where it comes from, knowing where it comes from. A lot of the things, like you say, that we're eating, that we're going out to get, we don't know what that is. We're not questioning. We're just eating, consuming whatever it is, ass, whatever, chemicals, crack, who knows, But we be on it, and it is addicting, and it is hard to change habits, but it is just like reverting back to, well, what is this? What is this? Being knowledgeable about what it is that you're eating, and knowing that nothing fresh comes in a can, nothing fresh really goes in the fridge. Like, it comes out fresh of the earth and it's ready for you to eat. If you do not get that, it goes back to the earth, and eating that when it's alive. You don't eat it once it's decaying. So also being aware of the meat, the flesh that is dead. It's not alive. We are not eating live things, but we should be. We should be eating live things, vegetables, fruits, roots, things that are still holding this energy, this frequency of life, and of love, and of, nourishment. So yeah, and even the eggs, the milk, it's something that is fermented. It is something that is, bacteria, and something that is not really fresh, So getting back to, I don't know, some nut cheese, some, something fresh, something like, oh, I know what this is. It's a nut. It's not a cow that I don't know, or pus that I'm not even knowing. Is it nutritious? We don't know. Very mucusy. We want to get away from the mucus. We want to get into the water, the hydration, the things that are flushing and continue to keep us clear, and in balance, and not cancerous and tumorous and hard. We want to be very fluid.
And on a normal basis, nothing in nature, for the most part, you'll have your rare circumstances when a when a monkey's taking care of a dog and vice versa. But at the end of the day, like, everything in nature pretty much stays with its species, especially during its development. And not many things even consume milk after its, like, adolescence. Well, after its infancy, really, is what I meant to say. And, like, so for us, you know, we're drinking milk, and it's like, I don't have any desire. Like, now that I live around cows and chickens and all these animals that I see on a daily basis, I have no desire to go up to a cow and, like, get on its nipple and suck its milk. Like, I see baby cows all day, calves doing that to their mother. Like, I see, like, what it's for. Like, I have no desire when I see a pregnant, or when I see, like, a mom with a newborn breastfeeding. I don't have a desire to go and suck on her breast either. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm past that stage. Like, I don't need that. So it's just like, when we have this milk and it's going into, you know, the cakes and the chocolates and the cookies, and then we're gonna act like we're eating a cookie, but it's like, no, like, we're eating, like, breast milk from a cow or from a goat, or like from something that, like, we aren't. Like, I don't want to be a cow, so why would I consume it? Like, when I was a baby, like, I needed to consume my mom because, like, I am my mom. Like, I was trying to receive the codes that my mother had for me, you know. And everything is information. Our food is information. Like, it's speaking to our genes. It's telling them what to do. It's instruction. You know what I mean? Like, that's what information is. Like, it's instruction for how we're going to feel. So when we can't figure out, like, why we just can't, we just, you know, we were that close to manifesting, but something always seems to, like, block us. Maybe we should just start with the basis. And there's so many dimensions to life. Food is just one aspect of something that could bring a little more clarity to your being. Like, you don't need to consume as much as you think you do, you know? So for me, y'all,
that's true.
Getting back to what this whole video is about, my experiences, our experiences. When I was 21, 22, I weighed 200 pounds. To be exact, I think I was like 193. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, was detrimental to my spirit. Like, I was only 21. Like, that felt very heavy to me. And I had, at the time, I was granted, like, a brother who was a vegetarian, and he was subconsciously instilling in me that I could survive without meat. And that was my first awareness, like, wow, like, meat is so heavy. And I started doing a lot of research, and I would just type into Google just a simple question, like, what causes cancer? What causes these things? And the first thing that would pop up, like, Google's telling me, is, like, meat. And I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, still, like, not fully embodying that understanding. I was taking it slow, getting rid of this, getting rid of that. And then before you know it, it was still just the meat, the cheeses and, like, the eggs and all that type of stuff. And I eventually had to get rid of that as well because I was not fully healthy. I was still holding on to, like, the fat, like, it wouldn't leave me. Something was still binding it to me. And it was all of that stuff that doesn't serve my being to make me as light as I want to be.
Because what's real is, like you're saying, even the milk, the eggs, these are things that other species are supposed to be eating. These are their codes. Like, we are not baby cows. We are not going to grow into a cow. But now we are ingesting these codes that are saying, like, oh, okay, you have some cow in you. You're trying to develop to be a big, strong. And it's like, I ain't trying to develop to be that big and strong, like, as a cow. Like, that's not what's happening. But yes, being more focused on what's for you. What is going to eliminate all those toxins, get you back balanced, and get you back where you know you're supposed to be. Like you say, are you supposed to be 200 pounds? Really? Like, what is that for? What are you doing? Are you pulling things around? Like, are you needing to be, you know? But yes, getting back to those things that are eliminating disease from our body. I had a tumor, a cancer, something in my breast since I was 16, and really feeling that, knowing it's not supposed to be there, feeling this uncomfortability for years up until I was 20, to only be like, okay, maybe I should check on this. And then the doctor, of course, is saying it could be cancerous. We should go in, we should look, we should examine. And it was just like, I know it's not supposed to be there. You're telling me it's this big, and it could get bigger. We don't know. We can watch it, but it's like taking a step back, going back into how this happened, how I can reverse what has happened, because we do have the power to rewrite certain things, and to catch certain things and to rewrite our stories, we're not meant to be sick. And by taking that back, not eating meat, first thing I could do was not eat meat. It's full of cancers, full of bacteria, full of nothing that's going to add to my health, especially when disease is in the body. Like, and it's not fresh, and it's full of chemicals, and it's not alive. You know, it's not fueling your cells. And then the milk, the cheeses, things that are still causing discomforts and swelling and inflammation and mucus in the body, it has to be removed. So doing that, like literally within a year, the whole lump was gone. I didn't feel anything on my breasts. They're clear. There's no cancers. There's nothing we have to go and cut into to make sure. No, it's just taking that power back within yourself and saying, I can do this from the inside out. I don't have to go from the outside in to try to figure out what's going on. It's always right there inside of you, you know. Follow what makes you feel good. Follow what makes you feel life. This is the new evolutionary way. I feel like there's no other way but to go back to Earth and start eating from Earth, and to stop abusing animals, to stop thinking that we need to kill something to stay alive. We are not in times where this needs to happen. Like, you don't even have any animals around you to eat. So at this point, you need to grow some food and start clearing it out. Start clearing your mind. Start freeing your soul. Start making your body feel good because it wants to live. It's here to live, you know.
And that's the most beautiful part of it all, that we actually have the power. Like, we have the power to put ourselves in a state of dis-ease, and we have just as much power to put ourselves in a state of balance again. And that's the beauty. Like, you're never too far gone. Like, you're immortal, you're eternal, like, you're everything, and it's okay. But if we're sleeping, then we're doing things that are like, can you imagine driving a car asleep? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, this is our vehicle, like, this is our device. Like, so now that we're waking up, as we're feeding ourselves better information, like this video, you know, better instruction, then we're gonna understand, like, okay, like, I need to get right. Like, I need to raise my frequency so I can start experiencing some of these, like, powers that we're speaking of, you know? And, yeah, for me, like, it's been 7 years this year of me not eating animal products, and I feel amazing. Like, I turned 30 last year, and I'm not sick, I'm not overweight, you know, I can still do all the things I love to do as a child. And that is not only based on what I put in my body, but like my environment as well. Like, I live in a beautiful place, you know, sun, you know, year round, and lots of moisture, lots of fresh water, lots of fresh foods for me to consume, and just good company, good people that care about themselves. Like, that is a big part of my diet and things that keep me healthy. But specifically just on like the food tips, like getting rid of the animal products, that is important, you know. But let's not just be vegan. Like, let's be plant-based, because what happens when we be just vegan and we get rid of the animal products is we go the fake way, because we haven't truly healed or understood what health is. So we go to the stores and we get the fake meats, and we get the fake cheeses, and we get the fake this and that, the fake coconut milks, the fake everything. And it has to be real for it to work, because what's real is, you know, the sun and the elements. They hold all these special codes, and they provide these fresh things for us to eat so we can understand what's going on, like, within ourselves and as a collective. And if we're not getting those codes, if they're not authentic, then we're getting misdirected, we're getting misled, we're getting information that's not really conducive for us. So it's super important that as you're going vegan, think straight from the earth, okay? I'm vegan. What do I want to get? Let me go get my fruits. I'm in the grocery store. This is the environment that I'm in. Okay, let me get my organic fruits. Yes, I want this. I want that. Let me get my veggies. Let me get some nuts so I can make my own sauces and cheese. Let me get all these things that are fresh. Let me not go to the aisle and just get the chips, just get the this, just get the that. Like, no, like, let me create my own meal. Let me make this a sacred ritual for myself when I prepare something that I'm going to eat. Let me be thankful for the earth, you know? Thank you, tree, wherever you may be, for feeding me and my family. You know what I mean? That's what I used to sing to myself when I couldn't pick my own fruit, when I didn't know where it came from. Like, I still had to have gratitude. And I feel like that's going to open up whatever path you're supposed to be on.
I agree. And I think it is about rewriting food, rewriting what we even think food is. Food is from the earth. Anything in a package is something that has been created, and seeing it as that. So rewriting everything, like ketchup, mustard, what is that? Get back to what is that from? Mustard seeds, snap, ketchup, tomatoes, like start getting to the nitty gritty. Like you see, like you say, a milk, but it's like, okay, maybe it's a little bit of cashews and mostly water. Maybe you want to just make your own, get some cashews, make your own, just make your own. Get back to original creation and working with the element of earth, working with the element of water and fire and air.
Alignment.
And getting away from really being so needy. We don't need much. We don't need all the things that we need. We've become so, like, you don't know what bacon is, you don't know what cheese is. We really don't even know at this point because it's so pre-made for you. And it's like getting back to being the maker, being the creator, being natural, being just natural, simple. You don't need much. You realize you start reading everything that you're using. You don't need any of it. You don't need anything for your hair. Get some coconut oil. Sourced, you know what's going on. You know it's of the earth, Like, start getting to the nitty-gritty. You don't need anything. Food is things that grow from the earth. Eat that food. That's nourishment.
The real
that's
food.
Nurturing.
And don't forget your water.
Water.
When I was a kid, I used to love just getting juices, going to the stores. And I was an athlete. Gatorades, whatever I wanted to consume that had a flavor, when I was thirsty.
Yes.
But to be real, y'all, like, water is so important. Like, water is more important than food.
Anything.
You
don't
know?
need it.
And if you got the ability to get some filtered water or some fresh water, like, always think about that too. The quality of the water matters because remember, everything we consume is information. It's instruction. So if it's not good, it could be tainted. So we want clear instructions so we are in perfect alignment knowing what to do, And water means everything. Stay hydrated. Drink more. Every hour on the hour, drink you a glass of water. Be grateful for that water. And water, it holds memory. Water is so special, y'all, because you could literally, like magic, you can talk to your water and tell your water, like, things, like what you want to manifest, and then you can drink that, Like, water's dope.
It's the first creation of life, I'm sure. It's what everything in this world needs. That's the only thing it truly needs. The food, in order for it to grow, needs water.
Exactly.
So don't forget the source, the
So
originator of us, of the food, of spirit.
Hey, well, thank y'all for, tuning in with us for this long. You made it to the end of the video. I'm grateful. Thanks for listening. Thank you for absorbing. And hey, Nurture, she just put together the nicest cookbook I've ever seen.
All the new earth recipes, all of our recipes that we cook at the Holi Haven, all of our creations, all of the delicious things you can eat that are of the earth, and she'll really be the known recipes,
It will be.
Period. It's gonna be the only lasagna known. It ain't gonna be no more meat and cheese. It ain't gonna be no more of this. Like, we moving forward and still having all of those beautiful things that just take us back home,
So the recipe book is donation based, You can follow the link below. You can hit us up and get that cookbook.
Yes.
So you can start chefing it up today.
So you can re-enlighten your spirit and your body and your mind.
Yes.
We love y'all.
And don't forget, Holi Haven, we doing donation-based jungle retreats. Come experience this environment. Come experience a new piece of your own mind, your own psyche,
Yes.
Come hang with the gods.
Come be a god.
Love y'all.